Welcome to Fix It Home Improvement, covering projects that every homeowner should know and great products for home and garden.
Hi, I'm JC, and this is where we share weekly home improvement tips. I'm here with my co-host, Cindy.
Hello, JC.
Hi, Cindy. This week we're going to talk about Mosquito Awareness Week, and we'd like to thank Dope Waves for liking and sharing the podcast. And Wednesday, June 15th to Sunday, June 19th, you can get a free download of our new ebook. It's called Home Improvement Solutions, What Every Homeowner Should Know, Book 16, and you can download it from Amazon, and we would appreciate a download. The American Mosquito Control Association says the last week in June is Mosquito Awareness Week, which was started in 2016 as a response to the Zika outbreak. And they focus on educating the public on how to control and protect against mosquitoes. Mosquitoes have been around for a while. Mm-hmm. Fossilized mosquitoes preserved in amber date back about 100 million years.
Wow.
According to the Appalachian Mountain Club, there are around 3,500 species of mosquitoes and about 175 species in the U.S. The CDC says about 12 species in the U.S. can spread germs that can cause disease.
Mosquitoes aren't just pests, right?
Right. I read an article on the Smithsonian Magazine website, and they say mosquitoes play a substantial role in the ecosystem. They're an important food source for fish, birds, bats, frogs, and flies, and only about 400 species worldwide transmit disease.
Not all mosquitoes draw blood.
Right. Male mosquitoes and the females of some species only feed on nectar and other plant juices, but many female mosquitoes need blood to develop their eggs, so they'll feed on birds, reptiles, amphibians, mammals. Just depends on the species. Some will feed on worms, so it's pretty wild. For female mosquitoes that need blood to produce eggs, when they detect carbon dioxide, they start looking for more clues to track down their blood meal. Human skin emits a reddish-orange light, which most mosquitoes are attracted to. They can also sense body heat, sweat, and substances released from bacteria that live on human skin.
Ew.
Amazing. You should search for how many bacteria live on human skin online. It's pretty spooky.
Kind of gross, too.
Female mosquitoes have unique mouth parts to draw blood. The part that draws blood is covered with a sheath that retracts when it feeds, and inside the sheath there are 6 needle-like parts.
We watched a lot of videos on this week.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky. It's almost like an alien. Mm-hmm. So 2 of these parts have saw-like edges to cut through your skin, and 2 of these parts hold the skin apart as it's being cut. One of the parts is used to inject saliva, which has chemicals to numb your skin so you don't feel the bite, and it also prevents the blood from clotting. Mm-hmm. And this is where germs can enter your body.
Great.
The last mouth part is tube-like, and it has receptors to find chemicals found in your blood, which helps guide it to the blood vessels. And when it finds blood, it sucks it up with pumps that are in the mosquito's head.
Nature's cool.
Yeah, just amazing. And after a blood meal, it's going to take 3 to 5 days to digest the blood so the eggs start to develop. The life cycle of the mosquito will vary depending on the species. The CDC says mosquitoes have 4 distinct stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. After a blood meal, the female lays eggs directly on water or near water. Some eggs can survive a couple of months in dry conditions. But eggs in water will hatch a larva in 24 to 48 hours, and the larva needs to be in water to feed and develop into a pupa, which takes 7 to 10 days. If the water is removed before they become an adult mosquito, most will die. They say the majority of mosquitoes in the U.S. will live 2 to 3 weeks, but some can live up to 6 months.
Wow. One of the best videos that we watched on YouTube was True Facts, the mosquito.
Yeah. Yeah, very detailed, but yeah, he does a great job of narrating it.
What was the channel?
The channel is ZFrank1. It's ZEFRANK and the number 1.
It's very funny.
When a mosquito takes a blood meal, if the blood contains a virus or parasite that can grow in a mosquito, it will multiply and move into the salivary glands. If the mosquito is infected when it bites a person or an animal, the virus or the parasite passes from the mosquito into the blood of the person or the animal.
It's amazing.
The CDC says the most common mosquito-borne disease in the U.S. is West Nile.
All right.
The CDC says in 2021 there were over 2,400 cases of West Nile with 165 deaths. Around 20% of people infected will experience flu-like symptoms, which can include rashes, sleepiness, and disorientation. A small percentage will develop West Nile encephalitis or meningitis, resulting in tremors, paralysis, coma, and even death. Mosquitoes have also caused outbreaks of Zika, dengue fever, and chikungunya in the U.S. I read an update on the CDC website. They say in the U.S. there's been no current outbreaks of Zika. In 2016 through 2017, there were cases in Texas and Florida. Mayo Clinic and the CDC says when a mosquito injects saliva into your skin, your body has an allergic reaction to the proteins in the saliva.
Yeah, gross.
Most people have a mild reaction. They're going to have a bump or itching that can last a few hours or a few days. But some people have a more severe reaction. A large area of your skin can swell and become sore. You can get a low-grade fever, hives, and swollen lymph nodes. Mayo Clinic says to treat a mosquito bite, wash it with soap and water and use an ice pack for 10 to 15 minutes on it, and then reapply the ice if needed. To reduce itching, apply a paste of baking soda and water, or use an antihistamine cream or an insect anti-itch cream. They say scratching mosquito bites can cause an infection, and as a preventative, if you normally have a severe reaction to mosquito bites, take a non-drowsy antihistamine if you think you're going to be exposed to mosquitoes. The CDC recommends if you're going hiking, camping, fishing, or doing other outdoor activities to treat your clothing with permethrin and expose skin with mosquito spray. They suggest following all manufacturers' instructions, wear loose-fitting, long-sleeve shirts and long pants for the best protection. Mosquitoes are going to be the most active from dusk till dawn.
But some do bite during the day.
Right. And use mosquito netting over strollers and cribs. Mayo Clinic recommends Deet, Percaridin, and oil of lemon eucalyptus repellents. Deet was invented by the U.S. Army for their troops in insect-infested areas. Pretty wild, huh? And they patented it in 1946.
Cool.
The American Academy of Pediatrics says DEET can be used on children as young as 2 months old with a concentration of 10% or less. Don't apply repellents to children's hands or fingers, and that's going to prevent them from touching their eyes or their mouth. Don't apply repellents to an area with cuts or irritated skin. Use sparingly and reapply if needed, and then wash their skin thoroughly after coming inside.
All right.
Consumer Reports did research on mosquito repellents. They paid volunteers to insert their arms into a cage with 200 mosquitoes. And they were seeing how effective the repellents were over a 5-minute period.
That sounds like a fun time.
I wonder how much they got paid. The most effective was DEET, between 15 and 30% concentration, Percaridin, a 20% concentration, and oil of lemon eucalyptus, 30% concentration. And these were also found to be effective on ticks. They recommend using DEET up to 30%. Below 15% didn't work well.
Okay.
And Percaridin, the 20% spray, worked better than the 20% lotion or the wipes. And they said the 5% Percaridin didn't work well at all.
Good to know.
With oil of lemon eucalyptus, 30% did the best. IR 3535, which is another repellent, was less effective than DEET, picaridin, and oil of lemon eucalyptus.
Cool.
Always follow the instructions on insect repellents. Over-application isn't recommended. And keep repellents away from eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. Mayo Clinic recommends putting on a sunscreen first if you're using one for outdoor activities, and let it dry for around 20 minutes before you apply an insect repellent. They recommend avoiding sunscreen repellent products that combine both in one formula, because they say you usually need to reapply a sunscreen, which could cause you to over-apply the insect repellent.
Interesting.
And they say always follow the application instructions. Don't use DEET on infants younger than 2 months old. Don't use oil of lemon eucalyptus on children under 3 years old. Don't apply an insect repellent under clothing. And when you're in for the day, wash your skin thoroughly with soap and water.
Right.
Indiana University says tests conducted by the military show when uniforms were treated with 0.5% permethrin until moist, gave 97% protection from mosquito bites, and the best protection was
staying inside.
was a combination of permethrin applied to clothing and a 30% DEET repellent applied to the skin. Studies have shown many mosquito species in the U.S. are attracted to dark-colored clothing, and they can bite through tight-fitting clothing. A University of Washington study found red, orange, black, and greenish-blue-colored clothing attract mosquitoes. White, blue, purple, and green deter some species.
Interesting.
The American Mosquito Control Association says to reduce breeding areas around your home, empty out water containers at least once a week, eliminate containers that can hold water, or drill holes in the bottom of containers that hold water, like recycling bins or plant saucers, clean pet bowls and bird baths once a week. Some other common areas for mosquitoes to lay eggs are clogged gutters and drains, yard debris, grill covers, anything that holds water can be a breeding ground for mosquitoes.
Even a bottle cap.
Right. If you have an area where it would be hard to clean out the water...
Like what?
Like a rain barrel, or if you have a big cement bird bath, or if you have a hole...
chicken mussels.
If you have a hole in a tree or stumps or a plant tray... You can use Mosquito Dunks, and these are hard discs that slowly dissolve in water, and it releases a naturally occurring bacteria that's toxic to all species of mosquito larvae, but it's harmless to plants, fish, frogs, turtles, birds, and beneficial insects. And these will last about 30 days each.
Oh, cool.
Some top-rated DEET repellent comes from OFF, O-F-F, Repel, R-E-P-E-L, Benz, it's B-E-N''S, and Sawyer, S-A-W-Y-E-R. Some top-rated picaridin comes from Sawyer, Off, Repel, and Ranger Ready. It's R-A-N-G-E-R, capital R-E-A-D-Y. Some top-rated oil of lemon eucalyptus comes from Repel, Cutter, C-U-T-T-E-R, and Murphy's Naturals, M-U-R-P-H-Y''S, capital N-A-T-U-R-A-L-S, and some top-rated permethrin comes from Sawyer and J.T. Eaton. It's the letter J, the letter T, capital E-A-T-O-N.
Do you have anything else to add?
You can get a free download of our new book from June 15th to June 19th on Amazon.
Or buy it now for $1.
There you go. And we'll have an upcoming episode with all the chapters.
Very exciting. Let's wrap this up.
You can subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast app.
If you enjoyed it, please leave us a review.
You can check out our home improvement videos on our YouTube channel, Fix It Home Improvement.
And you can subscribe to that as well.
You can download our ebooks, Home Improvement Solutions, What Every Homeowner Should Know, books 1 through 16 on Amazon.
If you enjoyed it, please leave us a 5-star rating and review.
You can email us at fixitpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow Cindy on Twitter at FixItCohost, and you can follow us on Instagram, Fixit Home Improvement.
Thank you for listening.
Talk to you next week.